Something's happened here. Something really, really bad.
Silent Hill has always been more than just a haunted town. It's a place that feeds on guilt, twists memory, and refuses to let broken souls move on. For nearly a decade, the franchise itself felt just as lost, trapped in limbo after the cancellation of Silent Hills and the legendary PT teaser. Then, out of nowhere, the fog rolled back in. Konami revived the series, the Silent Hill 2 remake reignited old trauma, and now, Return to Silent Hill 2026 has brought one of gaming's most disturbing stories to the big screen. But this movie doesn't just retell James Sunderland's journey. It quietly confirms a horrifying fan theory that's been haunting players for over 25 years. Welcome back to your nerdy show. I'm your host, Spoiler Master, and today we're breaking down the ending of Return to Silent Hill, what it really means, and why James might never escape this town, no matter how many times the story ends.
No one said it would be easy.
A familiar story twisted by the town. At its core, Return to Silent Hill closely follows the narrative spine of Silent Hill 2. The story centers on James Sunderland, an emotionally fragile artist whose life changes after a chance encounter with Mary Crane. Their meeting feels random, almost accidental, when James crashes into Mary's suitcase as she waits by the roadside. From the very beginning, Mary is framed as someone deeply tied to Silent Hill, not just geographically, but spiritually. She warns James about her darker nature, hinting that loving her comes with a cost. James, blinded by love and desperate for connection, insists that none of it matters, believing he can face whatever darkness comes with her. This decision sets the entire tragedy into motion. The film's biggest deviation from the game lies in how Mary is portrayed. In Silent Hill 2, Mary's past is largely a mystery, with players only knowing that she became sick and eventually died, leaving James psychologically shattered. Return to Silent Hill reimagines Mary as someone directly connected to the town's cult, a change that helps link the movie more firmly to the previous two films. Instead of being an innocent victim of illness alone, Mary becomes part of Silent Hill's long history of ritual, corruption, and sacrifice, which dramatically alters how her fate is understood.
Something's happened here. Something really, really bad.
Grief, addiction, and the call of Silent Hill. When the film opens, James is already broken. Mary is gone, and he is incapable of processing that loss. His life is a blur of alcohol, therapy sessions, and emotional numbness. His therapist checks in constantly, but James is beyond help, drowning in guilt and denial. One night, after returning home from a bar, he finds a letter waiting for him, a letter that appears to be from Mary herself. It begs him to return to Silent Hill so they can be together again. Despite knowing this makes no sense, James cannot ignore it. The pull of Silent Hill is irresistible, especially to someone desperate to undo the past. This setup mirrors the game's iconic premise, but the film leans harder into the idea that James is actively running from reality. Silent Hill isn't just calling him, it's exploiting his fractured mental state. The town doesn't need to trick James, because he wants to believe Mary is alive. That desire becomes the key that unlocks everything that follows.
What you're doing, it won't be enough to save her.
A town built from guilt and confusion. Once James arrives in Silent Hill, the film fully embraces the series' signature psychological horror. The town exists in layers, shifting between the fog world and the other world, each reflecting James's deteriorating mental state. Monsters roam the streets, all grotesque distortions of the human form, embodying pain, shame, repression, and self-loathing. The film makes it intentionally difficult to distinguish between reality and hallucination, mirroring James's own confusion. Time doesn't behave normally. Spaces loop in impossible ways, and logic constantly breaks down. As James wanders deeper into the nightmare, he encounters other lost souls, including Angela, Eddie, Laura, and Maria. Each character acts as a distorted mirror of James's own trauma. Angela represents unprocessed abuse. Eddie embodies violent denial. Laura reflects innocence untouched by guilt. And Maria becomes a twisted projection of James's desire to rewrite his past with Mary. None of these encounters are clean or comforting. They are messy, disorienting, and emotionally exhausting, which is exactly the point. The audience is meant to feel as trapped and unstable as James does.
Everyone got sick in Silent Hill.
Something's happened here.
Memories buried beneath the fog. As the story progresses, fragments of James's repressed memories begin to surface. Silent Hill doesn't simply punish him, it forces him to remember. He recalls arguments with Mary about the strange behavior of the townspeople and her increasingly erratic condition. Eventually, the truth emerges in horrifying clarity. Mary wasn't just sick, she was being poisoned over time by the cult of Silent Hill. Her blood used as part of grotesque rituals hidden beneath the town. James remembers following her into a secret chamber where these rituals took place, witnessing firsthand how deeply entrenched the town's evil truly was. This revelation reframes Mary's suffering. Her illness wasn't random or natural, it was engineered. The town consumed her slowly, deliberately, and James was powerless to stop it, or at least that's what he told himself.
No one said it would be easy.
The truth about Mary's death, the emotional climax of Return to Silent Hill, comes when James confronts the final manifestation of Mary, a monstrous, moth-like entity that reaches out to him in both longing and accusation. This confrontation forces James to remember the moment he has spent the entire film avoiding. After years of poisoning and unimaginable pain, Mary begged James to end her suffering. She asked him to kill her. James resisted at first, horrified by the request, but ultimately gave in. Whether this act was mercy or selfish relief is left deliberately ambiguous, just as it was in the game. What matters is the psychological damage it inflicted. Killing Mary shattered James completely. He couldn't accept what he had done, so his mind rewrote reality, creating a version of events where she might still be alive. Silent Hill seized on that fracture, trapping James in a nightmare shaped entirely by his guilt.
All the darkness, you can't keep it away.
Choosing death in Toluca Lake. After finally accepting the truth, James apologizes to Mary and confesses that he should have died with her. He places her body in his car and drives into the lake beside Silent Hill, known in the games as Toluca Lake. Though the film never names it outright, longtime fans instantly recognize the significance. James drowns, choosing to die alongside Mary rather than live with what he's done. This ending directly mirrors the Inwater ending from Silent Hill 2, often referred to as the suicide ending. Among all the possible endings in the game, Inwater has long been considered the most emotionally consistent outcome for James. It aligns with his overwhelming guilt and self-destructive mindset, and it's also one of the easiest endings to achieve, reinforcing the idea that this was always his likely fate. By committing fully to this ending, Return to Silent Hill effectively endorses it as James's canonical conclusion, or at least it seems to.
Please come back to our special place. Something's happened.
The loop begins again. Just when the story appears to be over, the film pulls its final twist. After drowning in the lake, James finds himself back at the beginning of the movie. He once again encounters Mary on the roadside, her suitcase beside her, waiting for a bus. This time, however, James makes a different choice. Instead of driving her back to Silent Hill, he takes her toward the city, away from the cursed town. On the surface, this seems like a hopeful ending, suggesting James has learned from his suffering and found a way to escape the cycle, but the implications are far darker.
James, so much time has passed. But I'm asking.
A 25-year-old theory confirmed. For decades, fans of Silent Hill 2 have debated the meaning of its multiple endings. With no official true ending ever confirmed by the developers, a popular theory emerged that all endings are canon. According to this theory, James never truly escapes Silent Hill, regardless of the ending achieved. Instead, the town traps him in an endless time loop, forcing him to relive his journey over and over again, confronting his guilt in different ways, but never finding true release. Both the original game and the remakes support this interpretation. In the original, James frequently encounters dead bodies that look eerily like himself, suggesting failed past attempts to escape. The remake deepens this idea with 26 hidden Polaroids scattered throughout the game. Each image depicts unsettling moments from James's journey, and when their hidden messages are decoded, they reveal the chilling sentence, "You have been here for 2 decades." This implies that the events of Silent Hill 2 have been repeating for years, possibly even since the game's original release.
Please don't go any further.
Silent Hill never lets go. Return to Silent Hill reinforces this loop theory in its final moments. Even though James appears to make a different choice, the fact that he returns to the beginning suggests the cycle hasn't been broken. Silent Hill doesn't care about redemption in a traditional sense. It exists to punish, to reflect, and to trap. James's journey doesn't end with death or escape. It simply resets. Every ending is just another variation of the same torment, another attempt by the town to force James to confront what he did. In that sense, Return to Silent Hill isn't just an adaptation of Silent Hill 2. It's a confirmation of what fans have suspected for 25 years. James Sunderland is not a man searching for his wife. He's a soul condemned to wander Silent Hill forever, replaying his guilt in endless forms, never allowed to forget, never allowed to move on. The fog may shift, the monsters may change, and the ending may look different each time, but Silent Hill always wins, and James will always return.
You don't know what kind of hell you have to face.
Our nerdy thoughts. And that's what makes Return to Silent Hill so unsettling long after the credits roll. It's not just a story about monsters, cults, or a cursed town hidden beneath the fog. It's about guilt that never fades, choices that can't be undone, and a man who may be doomed to relive his worst moment forever. Whether James drowns in the lake, drives away with Mary, or starts the journey all over again, the destination never really changes. Silent Hill doesn't offer closure. It offers reflection, and sometimes that reflection is endless. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the ending and the hidden meaning behind it, make sure to like the video, subscribe for more breakdowns like this, and let me know in the comments which Silent Hill 2 ending you've always believed was the real one. Until next time, keep your lights on, and remember, some towns never let you leave.
I'm here. I'll always be here.
No, what the heck, I'll laugh anyway.